Guys, I'm gonna steal my buddy Jerry's thunder here for a second. He talked about his ghost story, so I'm talking about mine while I have the time. This is gonna be I'm gonna stop and start this video every so often because I'm here at work right now, getting ready to do some things work related. But ghost experience that I experienced as a child. Well, not necessarily a child, but I was more like early stages of a teenager. And I experienced these premonitions, I guess you say. Or no, not premonitions, but paranormal activities. No copyright intended. But I was at this retreat with my church in Fort Caswell, North Carolina, and it was a old Civil War fort, and I don't think it's seen a whole lot of action there, but I could be wrong, because if you go there you'll see cannonballs embedded into the wall, and it's really awesome to go check out if you're a history buff like myself. But we were supposed to be in bed, but a lot of us snuck out because, you know, you're a kid, you're rebellious, you're gonna want to sneak out and do things and explore. And plus it was at the beach, so yeah, we're gonna go check it out. Well, we walked down to the fort and we had our two-way radios with us, and we had flashlights and snacks and whatnot. And I get lost from the group. There was probably 7 or 8 of us, and I get lost. And I'm hearing these screams like somebody's being tortured or being beat up. And I'm running through this whole fort trying to find what's going on. And the crazy thing about it is I couldn't find anybody at all. Now granted, it was pitch black dark. There's no lights in the fort because there's no electricity running in there. And the flashlights that I was using weren't very bright. I mean, there's holes, you know, in that place, you know, I could have fell on one of those holes and never been seen again. But I kept hearing these screams, you know, help me, please somebody help me, please somebody help me, just blood curdling screams like, you know, something was going on, and it freaked me out. I spent a good hour and a half running through that fort looking for whatever was there. Now I still didn't find what I was looking for in that hour and a half time. But I kept looking because I thought somebody was in danger. Maybe a visitor had fell and knocked themselves out, and they just happened to wake up at the nick of time of me being there. But nothing. Not a damn thing. And so the next morning, while we were we were working with the grounds crew, that was a stipulation of staying there for free. We helped out the grounds crew and clean up and everything while we worked there. I was speaking to one of the gentlemen, and I let him know what happened. I said, hey, you know, I was in the fort last night walking around and I heard somebody screaming. And he's like, oh yeah, that's typical. We hear that all the time. That's more or less, that's the Civil War soldiers that died during the Civil War that were prisoners in the fort. That's them screaming for somebody to come help them out, but they don't know they have no idea that they're dead. So I was, being a 12, 13-year-old kid, I was like, oh crap, you know. And then it started to get weirder. The rooms we were staying in were old houses they had like remodeled and stuff. And it's kind of hard to explain how they were set up, but there's a house, then there was the road. So there was a house, road, another house. If you can picture that. And we were in the house sitting right here, and the house over here was completely empty. Nobody was in there. There was nobody in there at all. And we're all talking about, what I told him earlier that day about a ghost screaming for help that night, the night before. So, kids are like skeptical. Nah, I don't believe that crap. I don't. No such thing as ghosts. La 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 la. Well, one of them happened to look out the window at the other house and said, guys, are there anybody staying in that house across the street from us? I said, as far as I know, there's not. Well, the lights came on and the curtains just opened up by themselves. So everybody runs to the window to look and see. Sure enough, curtains were open. And a shadowy figure walked in front of the window. And the curtains closed behind him. I couldn't sleep the rest of that night. That really, really scared me to death. But I could go on about this story forever because a lot of stuff that happened there. But those were the big details that happened. Now, I want to give props to Jerry Daniele, I think that's how you say his last name, for his ghost story inspiration to tell my ghost story. And if you stay tuned, as I get off of work, get my bearings right, I will talk about my other ghost story, or stories. This might be a 3-part series of ghost stories, because it's Halloween. Thank you guys. Oh yeah, this little bell down here, might be right that way. Click on that. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Subscribe to it. And like my videos, comment, do whatever. Do whatever you feel like doing. But just keep watching. I'll be here for a long time. Later, y'all.